Hello, and welcome to week 48 of my journey through the Milan Art Institute Mastery Program. This week was all about building websites. So Jake took us through, Ellie took us through the theory of building a website and sort of what you want to think about and how to kind of lay it out. And then Jake took us through sort of the technical aspects of building a website, and he recommended Shopify. So, and then there's a big long video um, of sort of the back end stuff. And basically what you want to do is come up with all the content, sort of figure out the written copy that you want, the goal of each page, and like what images are going to go onto each page, and probably where. And then when you build the website, you just kind of drop it all in, and that happens really fast. So the other thing I did in the studio was I signed all my paintings, which you can see the signature there. And I signed all of them. There's like 30, and they're all lined up. They were all like signed, and they're really cute, really professional. But anyway, I'm just going to show you my website. I'll show you what I did this week. Okay, so here we are. This is my website that I built this week. You can check it out for yourself at chrischaney.com. So this is my signature from last week, which I said that I sort of worked out how I was going to write it, and then I actually did it and put it up here and realized that it looked kind of boring, so I created a custom brush so that it had kind of more thick and thin going on, and then I put in this underline so it looks a little bit better. Now, one of the things that Ellie said was that for each page that you have, you just want sort of one call to action. You want one action for them to take. If you put too many different actions on one page, then they're going to get confused and not really know what to do. So, essentially the first action that you want them to take is to buy something. And then if they're not going to buy something, then kind of what's like the fallback action? What's like the second best outcome you get? And the more time they spend on your website, the more they're going to get to know about you, and maybe the more inclined they will be to buy. So this is the homepage. This is the menu. And before this, I had my menu sort of across the top. And I'm still kind of playing around with whether I want a mega menu or not. I had quite a lot of menu items at the top. So I've actually condensed this down and just built in more sub-menus. So one of the things that they said was that you want your buttons to be like action buttons. So this used to just say, well, this used to actually not be here, but it used just to say like commissions, it used to say about, and then it used to say like contact. So I should probably change that to like read the blog. So you want to give them like action items and action words. So these actually all used to be sort of along the top, but because I've made the titles longer, it was going to be like way too many words going on at the top, which is why I sort of did this little side menu. So instead of originals, it's like buy originals. And maybe I should change that one. And instead of gift card, it's like give a gift card. So that's these are my sub menus. More about me, find out where to view my work, read my story. So again, these are action words. Okay, so let's just go to the get in touch page. So this is the contact page. This is a page, and this is like the page template that I've sort of edited. So each page essentially has a custom page template, which is really good because you can play around with the images and the artwork. And this is the photo shoot that I did this weekend. This is Shopify, by the way. I'm not sure I made that clear. So again, so here's the page, right? And what do I want people to do on this page? I want them to contact me. So I just make sure that that's definitely really clear. And also on this bit here, I've kind of given them a little bit of idea or a little bit of prompt of like who I want to contact me, and it's like, please don't contact me scammers, but if you're an interior designer or shop or gallery or whatever, that's great, contact me. Commission a painting, I'll show you this page. So this is a lot of writing and not a lot of images, but it's a lot of information to get across. And then I created, this is actually just a PDF that I've uploaded here. And this is the kind of thing that I can email or print out, but it just gives people an idea of prices and whether they come, with a frame or not, which mostly they don't. And then I want them to contact me, so I give them that. And then this is in the template, this is actually just a blog, sort of blog posts, and I have previous commissions just to give people an idea. and learn about the artist, more about Chris Chaney. So this is the artist statement and bio that we wrote 2 weeks ago, I think. Again, photo shoot from the other day. So I start off with the bio, and then in the bio you put in a quote. And what Ellie gave us was like a shorter quote, but for this page only, I've pretty much, the quote is my artist statement. So that's what this is right there. And, you know, and then more of the sort of bio and more sort of studio shots. And then again, I want people to get in touch with me. If they're, you know, if they're reading about my background, then they can get in touch with me. This isn't, I don't have anything on this one, but once I start having galleries or something, then I would, you know, list the galleries and link to the galleries here. But I do craft fairs, so I put this photo up. And what I want people to do on this page is to get on my email list, so that you know, every 2 weeks I send out an email and I let them know what craft fairs are coming up and what's going on in the studio. Or they can get in touch and come visit my studio. I can show you this is a pretty basic page. This isn't, you know, this is pretty standard Shopify. I would say I've gone with just 2 paintings per row, and I think that from a retailing perspective, the more paintings you have per row, you know, the more sort of the less special each one feels. So I've tried to just kind of have less products, you know, overwhelm you all at once. So each one feels special and unique. I've gone with a square format because, you know, sometimes my paintings are square, sometimes they're portrait, sometimes they're landscape. So just going with a square format's like a happy medium. And then I quite like, you know, I was looking at other artists' websites. I quite like it if you're showing it sort of in situ. And that also helps because whether it's landscape or not, you know, you can always end up with an in situ photograph. And then the second one on the hover over is the detail shots, because there's so much texture in my work. You know, I want to show off the brush strokes or do some close up, like there's texture there. So that's what I've gone with. Now, if we go down to the bottom of the collection page, I've got an offer that's $10 off when you spend, basically when you spend $100. So most of my artworks, my original artworks start at $100. So, you know, if they're not going to click on anything or buy anything from here, this is kind of like the second best option for them to do, is to sign up for the VIP list. If we click on the products, it takes a little bit of a while to load. That's no good. We've got pictures, description. These are meta fields here, so each item has a meta field. And then this is a template. So I actually have different templates, whether it's a, you know, large canvas or a small canvas, or it's done on panel, or it's finished with resin. I would maybe say something different in here. So I've actually created all these different templates. And again, oh, I haven't updated that one. That's kind of a stock image. That shouldn't be a stock image. But again, these are my sort of brand colors, and we've kind of updated them with like shots from the studio. What else? Prints. So like this is actually what I do. Oh, actually, I'll show you the blog. So I've got a little greeting card 6-pack. I got canvas prints and paper prints, and sort of showing the sizes of them as well, just giving people an idea of what those different sizes are like. That's a little bit inconsistent. I'll show you the blog. So I made 3 different blogs. So if you're following my Milan journey on my website, that's the Milan blog. Peek behind the scenes, that's more for like, I'll show you. I've got like a studio tour. This is like a free downloadable guide for how to make your own art wall. And it's a beautiful guide. Oh my God, you should totally check it out. It's really pretty, but it's like a lead magnet. So, you know, you actually go here and then it asks like, where can I send your free guide? And then that gets you on the mailing list to find out more about me. And then that's a little bit of a more about me, just in case you're coming from some other location. And then I always, at the bottom of the blog, I always like to showcase some of my artwork. So we're leading people, so we're attracting people, and the primary purpose of this page is to get them to sign up for the newsletter. And then the second one is to maybe look at some artwork. And let's look at the Milan one. And again, these different blogs have different templates because they might be attracting different kinds of people. and I might ask them to give some different actions. So this is the Milan blog. This is like literally every week. And I figure you guys, if you're watching this, you might like my work. So I put this at the bottom so you can get like kind of a little sampler pack of my greeting cards. And then this, I've created a whole collection so you can actually see all the paintings from the whole Milan course that I've done, going all the way back to the very first ones with oil paintings. And then this last one, this blog, this is the commissions one. So these are just previous commissions that I've done, and it just talks about, it just kind of gives testimonials, quotes, and then just talks about the process to help give people a little bit more, give people a little bit more of an idea of how it will go. And again, this blog, there's sort of a segment of that feeds into the commissions page, which I showed you earlier. And then if people don't click on this, if they scroll down to the bottom, then again, this sort of secondary call to action actually takes them back to the commission page where they get to learn more about the process and see what the prices are and stuff. So that is my website. Again, this is a Shopify website. This is actually what I do as a job, as my other job. And I love building websites. They're so cool. Like, you just get the right photography and you can just make something look so professional with like very little money. So I was thinking, I am doing some work for some of the other girls in the program. If you want a website, I can build you a website. And I was thinking of like starting that as a little side hustle. But I think to do a whole website, it'd probably be about, I haven't even showed you the homepage. To do a whole website, probably about $2,000. So if you want a website, I would just need the copy and the photos and kind of, an idea of sort of what your goal for each page is. And then I can build it for you and we can go from there. But anyway, okay, so this is the homepage. So Ellie said that if you're a self-representing artist, your bread and butter is going to be selling prints, which right now for me, most of my money comes from selling originals. So I'm trying to like really get the prints off the ground. So I've geared my homepage mostly to the prints, and I really like this sort of big hero image that really just takes up the whole page. So again, canvas prints, get yours, and then these are more print options: another canvas print, paper print, canvas print, and then we've got another print button, and then we've got, this is like the tagline, and then a quote, and then we have another really nice massive image, and then the sort of the secondary thing is to get paintings, to buy a painting, and then the next best thing for them to do is to download their free art gallery wall guide so that they can, get on the mailing list, get special offers and all that. Then I put in some testimonials of commissions and ask them to learn more about commissions. And then there's just a little bit of intro about me and invite them to learn more. So it's almost scrolling down, you can almost access any page on the website from sort of what these calls to action are. But, what's your primary call to action? What's kind of the most likely thing to happen is perhaps what you want to have at the top. And then underneath here is kind of just more the blog. And then we properly ask them to join the VIP list, if all else fails. And I do have a pop-up. I've closed it out, so you're not seeing it, but I do have a pop-up that also comes up. So anyway, so that's my website, and I redid it this week, and I think it's gorgeous. Let me know what you think. And if you want one for yourself, let me know. That's my new side hustle. All right, have a good week. Next week is social media, which is going to be fun. I've started, I did a photo shoot this last weekend, did a lot of like headshots and studio shots, and I did a bunch of videos. I kind of pre-recorded a bunch of videos of me like turning the painting around, those kind of videos that people do reels of. So just trying to get together a bunch of content, some video clips and photos and stuff, so that next week we can start scheduling and have a better understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing to actually get people on this gorgeous website. Okay, I will talk to you next week. All right, have a good week.